common theme people come to me for help is, I'm unhappy in my relationship. I feel like I have to tolerate things, or I have to settle for things that don't work for me. For example, I had a client come to me who has been putting up with a partner who gets defensive over simple things like requests to clean up their mess or being considerate of space. Then they would get defensive and punish them, like giving them the silent treatment. Sound familiar? This person, the one that had to do the heavy lifting in the relationship, they would be the one to try to patch things up or modify their behavior to keep the relationship going. That's exhausting. In my past relationships, I put up with a lot of negative behavior, like name calling. I was wrong for asking for what I wanted. I'm here to tell you, you don't need to settle or tolerate behavior in order to have love. You deserve to be loved in ways that feel good to you. And I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you can use these upsets and conflicts to identify patterns that are keeping you stuck and transform them so you can have more love in your life. Point 1, you can't change a person's behavior. If you're trying to change a person's behavior, stop it. It doesn't work. Ninja tip here, I learned this a long time ago from a coach. They're going to keep doing it. The only thing that you can control is your thinking and how you respond. Point 2 is you can use the upset or the conflict to identify and transform your underlying belief that has you stuck in the pattern and feeling bad about yourself. And what usually happens is that we have an event, an upset or a conflict, and then we go straight to how we feel and how we respond. It may be anger, it may be blaming others, it may be blaming ourselves. What we don't realize is that in between the event and our feelings and response, there is a thought. It's just under the surface, and we generally are unaware of it. This thought is a limiting belief about ourselves. For example, my old pattern was I would do something and my partner would get really angry and yell at me, call me names. I would feel bad about myself. I would try to change my behavior so he wouldn't get angry. I would ameliorate. This would make me feel even worse because I felt like I couldn't be honest. I couldn't say what I really wanted to say. I had to hide who I really was, which fed into this negative belief about myself until I discovered this process of examining my thoughts and beliefs. I began to notice what I was thinking and what I was telling myself. What was I making this mean about myself? I discovered that I was telling myself my needs don't matter. I did something wrong. I was bad and I didn't deserve love. I wasn't worthy of love. These were my beliefs. You make up your beliefs during childhood and they become unconscious, and they are driving our feelings, our behaviors, and our results. And hey, they suck sometimes. The good news is that you can change them. You can make up new ones that are more empowering. Hey, you made up the old ones. What's stopping you from making up new ones that are aligned with who you are now? I began to ask myself, is this really true? Do I really not deserve love? I'm not worthy of love? Hell no. Everybody deserves love. That brings me to point 3. You deserve love and are worthy of being loved in ways that feel good to you, in ways that you would love. I changed my limiting thinking to, I deserve love. I am worthy of love. My needs matter. This became my new mantra. I said it over and over again to myself. I wrote it down. I noticed when I was feeling negative and going down the old thought train of I'm not worthy and switched to my new mantra. I began to ask myself, if this is really true, that I am worthy of love, what would I say? What would I do? How would I love to be loved right now? Even better, how would I show love to myself? Ha! And I began to change the way I responded because I was thinking differently. I started to love myself. I started to pay attention to what I was allowing into my space. I stopped tolerating behaviors that weren't aligned with my vision of love, with treating me with respect, love, and kindness. To summarize, you can't change people's behavior. You can use conflicts and upsets to transform limiting beliefs, and you deserve and are worthy of love just for being you. In closing, you are unique. You are essential. You deserve to be loved in ways that feel really good to yourself. And it starts with loving yourself first. Have a wonderful day.